And we're gonna launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up everyone, welcome back to another episode of Before We Leave. This is episode 5 in the series. If you haven't seen the previous 4 episodes, make sure to check those out before watching this one so you're up to date to the series. As you can see by the buildings currently on the highlands and around in general with the oil well and the other components around here like the toolsmith and the oil generator as well, you can see that their island 2 has a lot of upgrades that you can all see in the previous episode during the time lapse at the end. These are all the upgrades we started making during the second island that I wanted to do off camera because it was just tedious work bringing back materials here and there and waiting for the peeps to end up actually building all the materials. With that being said, on island 3 we also have a rocket ship that we want to get to. In this episode we want to try and get this rocket ship launched because we finally know all the resources and it's all a matter of time of bringing them over from the first and second island over here. So let's get started with that. As you can see here, we built a road all the way over to the rocket ship in order to start repairing. Now that we have some of these resources such as food and drink, and all the other resources are slowly being undocked onto this island such as the wood and steel and other components here, we also have to remember that we're finally going to be able to explore this ancient ruin as well. So we're going to explore that right now in the background as well. As we take another look here, it says that we need at least 50 people in order to repair this spaceship. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to clear out a bunch of this area, and we're going to start building a bunch of huts just so we have enough space for all of those 50 peeps around here as well. Now as you see here, we may have gone a little bit overkill by introducing so many different peeps, but we are going to also have to match it up with getting some more food, some water across this island. But again, it was more so for the concept of having enough peeps to build that spaceship. In order to make it even easier to acquire resources rather than having to bring all of them over, we're going to develop a few different stands such as the wood cutter or the wood cutter in order to produce more trees on their own. Just that way it'll be a little bit more simple to have some of these basic resources made on this island rather than having to bring every single one of them over. As you can see guys, we're finally getting close to getting to our 50-person population or 50 peep population. We're going to upgrade our final house right now just so we can break that 50-person mark. And once we get 50 people on this island, we should potentially need to upgrade 2, so we'll just do that right away. And again, as we were doing earlier with the woodcutter, we're actually going to get another type of resource generator. We're going to get an elevator built over here just so we can start getting some of the iron and some other components up on this island as well, just so it takes a little bit less to transfer over every single time. As you can see here above, we're finally getting a larger population growing. We're up to 12 peeps and 13 as we're going. So I built a bunch of houses, a bunch of huts just so the peeps could be here, and a school just in case, along with a quarry so we don't have to run back so many times to get the stone from other islands, but it looks like we're a little bit short at the moment anyway. And then we started getting some more food and water just so we can actually uphold this number of peeps. So as you can see, our population is slowly growing. We're up to 36 peeps, and since some of these resources we can't actually get on this island unless we upgrade a lot of different components, such as building another fuel refinery and another steel factory and glass, and somehow getting some energy, whether it's a wood generator or a oil generator, because it's going to take way too much effort to do right now, and because it's pretty much an entire food and water based island just so we can get as many peeps on this island as possible. As you can see, I have a lot of different potato farms and wells built, and pretty much all just huts everywhere, just so we can actually get as many peeps as possible. Because it's going to take so much time, I'm going to actually go get some of these resources from the second island, which we upgraded in the last episode, and that way we'll actually have these resources on this island ready to go. So after taking a quick look at the second island and being able to realize that you can't transfer all resources, we're actually going to have to figure out how to get some of the power generators, whether that be the wood generator or the oil generator. We'll go with the wood generator for now since we don't have any oil spills or oil depositories here. We're going to have to use the wood since we already have a woodcutter on this island, so we're going to try and build a road nice and far out, or just put it up here on the highland somewhere right here. So as we just got a new discovery, it looks like our Island 3 finally got a lot of peeps. Looks like we broke our first threshold, so let's read what it says. Island 3 on Planet 1 has gone over the first expectations threshold. Your peeps will start to get slightly less happy as their expectations for life have increased. Provide them with better food and drink other than nice things to keep them happy. So it looks like other than just getting them like a market and some clothing that's upgraded, we're gonna have to actually increase the farms. So we don't have any of that unlocked, so I'm assuming based on what the discovery told us, there is actually another planet if this is Island 3 on Planet 1. So I'm guessing at the end of this episode we'll be able to finally find another planet and we'll start colonization in the next episode after that. For the time being, we're going to have to try and figure out a way to make these peeps happy and hopefully be able to get them all ready to build this rocket ship. Looks like we're going to have to finally start repairing, so we'll hopefully have this ready soon. So it looks now finally like all the resources are checked off, so it looks like we're going to have enough resources to finally launch this rocket into space. We're just going to need a little bit more power to come in from this wood generator, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue because we've checked off all the actual materialistic resources, and then we'll be able to launch into space and colonize another planet. Now, in retrospect, it was probably a big mistake getting so many peeps onto this island. We really only needed 50, and it looks like the big mistake was I needed more food and drink rather than actually getting more huts. It looks like I had more huts when I had 63, which is a big mistake, but hopefully we won't make that mistake on the next island. So while looking around, I ended up coming across this part on Island 3 that tells us a bit about how the population relates to the amount of work. And since the expectations are a lot higher, in this case we actually have a little bit of slower work because the peeps are unhappy. We'll have to figure out how to make them happy to make them work faster, but since this rocket ship is almost built anyway, we'll deal with the unhappy workers a bit later when we finally get into another planet. And look at that, we finally got a rocket ship built. This took so long. I'm actually looking at my footage right now. I've been recording for over 50 minutes of this, just waiting for all these resources, and as you can see, this entire island is just full of vegetable fields and wells and other types of fields that you can find. Anything here that you can find, potato fields and tea fields and everything else. The entire island is just filled with houses, food, and water. I mean, the whole point of this was just to get them all happy, and now we have a full-fledged rocket ship, and we're gonna launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Planet 2. So let's see if we can move. We're gonna go with, let's say, the closer planet, just because I'm interested in seeing it. It's already named Poseidon, so we'll go with the Poseidon. Poseidon will land right here next to this second planet. We'll go to that next planet a bit later, see what's going on over there. Let's colonize a new planet and see what this planet has in store for us. Maybe some new research, maybe some new resources. And we got a new discovery, so let's see what we have. You've discovered a new kind of ancient technology. You feel that you are following in the footsteps of those who came before you. Gather it with your explorers to unlock new secrets of the ancients. So a new discovery as well. We've reached a new planet, but life here is precarious and there doesn't seem to be any ancient transmogrisphere, we'll go with that, to rely on. So make sure you have the basics, particularly tools. Set up before you run out of resources. So we're going to want to make sure we set up everything from the very beginning. That includes our wood cutters, our food, our wells, just so all our peeps finally have everything from the beginning. Let's do a little bit of exploring on this island, and we'll make sure to go to this island later. We have to explore all these new islands on this new planet. So it looks like we have some blue technology this time, so this is something we've never had before. So it looks like a pretty similar island to what we started with on the first one, except this time we have some green technology. Doesn't look like we have anything particular special this time, so hopefully we'll find some new islands that are cool on this planet, and we'll be able to see the other ones. If you watched all the way through to the end of this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching all the way, and if you have any comments, leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.